When it comes to Cam Newton in his heyday, he was the prime example of him. Some people are trying to get it, and some people are born with it. And Cam, Superman Newton, was most definitely born with it. Let's get into the comeback story of Cam Newton. Cam Newton was born May 11th, 1989 to the parents of Cecil Newton and Jackie Newton. Growing up in Atlanta, Georgia, Cam Newton was raised by a house full of athletes. He first picked up a football at the age of 7, and his father played defensive back for Savannah State, later becoming an NFL undrafted free agent for the Dallas Cowboys and the Buffalo Bills. His youngest brother, Kalen Newton, played quarterback for Howard while later transferring to Auburn University. And his older brother, Cecil Newton, played center in the NFL for the Baltimore Ravens and the Jacksonville Jaguars. With the whole Newton family playing college football as student athletes, it's safe to say the Newton family has established some athletic success. Cam Newton played baseball and basketball growing up, but his fear of getting hit with a baseball made him hang it up. And his inability to stay out of foul trouble on the basketball court made him stick to football. Even though Cam Newton didn't succeed at other sports, he dominated on the football field. Breaking tackles and running through players was his recipe to success. Cam Newton was bigger than the entire defense, and due to this dominance on the field, he was able to receive an offer from the University of Florida and many other SEC schools. Cam Newton also got his jersey retired at Westlake High School. Being a high school phenom, the entire country was after Cam Newton, receiving offers from some of your favorite FBS schools. But that didn't stop him from committing to the University of Florida. He committed in 2007, the year they won the championship, to be Tim Tebow's backup. Later that year, Tim Tebow went on to be the Heisman Trophy winner as he dominated the competition with an impressive 3,132 yards and 29 touchdowns, and he rushed for 828 yards.
30 minutes for the rest of our lives! 30 minutes for the rest of our lives! That's our bad in the first half. It ain't happening. We get the ball. I promise you one thing. We're going to hit somebody, and we're taking down the field for a touchdown. I guarantee you that.
Guaranteed.
Look at me.
Let's go.
We got 30 minutes.
Let's go.
For the rest of our lives. Let's go.
Let's go.
Lock on.
Yeah, that guy, Tim Tebow, full of passion and pride. Cam Newton struggled to get playing time his first 2 years, as Tim Tebow was in the middle of his prime and he was the best college athlete in sports. The next following year, Tim Tebow became a Heisman finalist again and announced that he was coming back for another year. This forced Cam Newton to hit the transfer portal. Towards the end of his second season, Newton was charged with felony counts of burglary, larceny, and obstruction of justice for stealing a laptop from another student's dorm. When the University Police Department tracked the laptop back to Cam Newton's dorm room, he decided to throw the laptop out the window. Later, the charges were dropped after Cam Newton completed a pre-trial diversion program. This eventually led to Coach Urban Meyer suspending Newton from the team. To make matters worse, it was also being reported that Cam Newton was in hot water with the university over cheating academically. Newton was scheduled to meet with the university's conduct committee, which had the power to suspend or expel Newton for the spring. That's when Newton decided to transfer to Blinn College. Cam Newton showed up to Blinn College with a chip on his shoulder. His physical athletic ability didn't miss a beat, as he led Blinn College to a national JUCO championship. He threw for 2,833 yards with 22 touchdowns and 655 rushing yards. He also went viral for this freestyle.
Man, Buck, in the building, I'm real hot, to the ceiling, I'm on TV, it don't matter, I'm talking boys, talking that child.
Once again, displaying his big, unapologetic personality. Later on, Cam Newton received offers from Mississippi State and Auburn, but eventually chose Auburn. Newton took over this role in 2010, being a perfect fit for Coach Gus Malzahn's offense. breaking SEC records for rushing yards and passing yards in the same season as Auburn went undefeated into the Iron Bowl. And that's when Cam Newton displayed his Heisman ventures. Being down 24-7 versus University of Alabama at halftime, this game would change Cam Newton's life for the better forever. Fresh out of halftime, Auburn was able to score in the second play of the game.
Newton back to throw deep, and he's got every Blake wide open. There was Barron, and Barron falls down. It's Zachary instead of Blake.
The way Cam Newton was able to dismantle this Alabama football team, I just knew he was ready to take over the NFL. I mean, this Bama team was loaded with talent with familiar names like Mark Ingram, Julio Jones, C.J. Mosley, Dante Hightower, Trent Richardson, Mark Barron. The Auburn Tigers won the Iron Bowl 28-27. This game will lead the Auburn Tigers to the national championship. Cam Newton won the Heisman unanimously, being 1 out of 3 to win at Auburn University. The championship game came down to one last field goal. Newton and the Auburn Tigers were national champions. Within that same week of winning the big stage, Newton decided to declare for the NFL draft. The Panthers took Cam Newton with the first overall pick in the 2011 NFL Draft, which is the recipe for higher expectations. In his debut, he set records throwing for 422 yards and 2 passing touchdowns. The next week, he threw for 432 yards. Cam was giving us a glimpse of Superman Cam. He threw for more than any rookie ever, becoming the first to break 4,000 yards, breaking the single-season QB touchdown record at 14. Followed by a 2011 Rookie of the Year, which gave Cam Newton the ultimate confidence that he needed to succeed in the NFL. Cam Newton made the Pro Bowl as a rookie, which has proven this is the best pick the Carolina Panthers has ever made.
With the first pick in the 2011 NFL Draft, the Carolina Panthers select Cam Newton, quarterback, Auburn.
With all the concerns about Cam Newton being a pure passer, it clearly indicates that the Carolina Panthers cannot pass up on this raw talent. The Panthers and Newton struggled in their first 4 games of 2013. Then all of a sudden, they broke through on a run. They won 11 of their last 12 games to win the NFC South title. Newton gave us a glimpse of the future by taking the Carolina Panthers to the playoffs. But after their division loss to the 49ers, adversity was on its way. Newton will miss 1 game due to his first NFL injury. Newton was in a bad car accident that fractured both his vertebrae. Now the injuries are slowly but surely starting to pile up. In 2015, this will be the year Cam Newton woke the world up to Superman Cam. I mean, he was dropping dots on everybody's top. Poetry in motion, baby. Him and Greg Olsen was going crazy. Cam Newton had over 3,800 passing yards and 35 touchdowns with a passing rating of 99.4. The crazy part is Ted Ginn was the leading receiver of this team, and he led them to a 15-1 season straight to the Super Bowl. So what's your favorite quarterback's excuse? Cam Newton won Offensive Player of the Week 5 times this year. He had defensive coordinators out there clueless. Every time he made a touchdown, he would hit the dab on them folks. He was hitting the dab so much, some of the players started to get mad at him.
And Avery Williamson had enough. It's a frustrating day for the Tennessee Titans, and they feel like...
Don't let me in. I just like doing it, man. You know, it's not, to be boastful. And from the crowd's response, they like seeing it. Tell me what to do. Dab on them folks. So I try. Dab on them folks. In that tone, too. Dab on them folks. He only like 16, but he got an Adam's apple out this world.
Cam Newton was hitting the dab and winning football games. He dabbed the Carolina Panthers all the way to the Super Bowl. He was also the NFL's 2015 MVP of the year. But the Denver Broncos didn't care nothing about that. They came here to wreck his ship. Super Bowl 50 was a nightmare for Cam Newton. They made him turn the ball over numerous times. That boy Von Miller was in the backfield every play. Lord Jesus, we're the double team. With 4 minutes left in the Super Bowl, Von Miller was smacking Cam Newton so much he was scared to pick up the ball when he fumbled after a strip sack. The Denver Broncos will go on and recover the strip sack and win Super Bowl 50. With one of the most impressive MVP seasons was deteriorated by one play in the Super Bowl, dealing with the controversial topic until this day.
And in that game, you had a ball right in front of you, and you didn't stick your nose to go back and get it after it came out your hand.
Right.
In 2019, Cam Newton's season was ended quickly due to a Lisfranc injury, which was followed by a continuous shoulder injury, which led to Cam Newton being placed on injury reserve. During this time, the North Carolina Panthers decided to release Cam Newton and save $19 million in salary cap. Cam Newton was hurt that Carolina gave up on him.
I done gave this whole city, I gave this whole franchise, I gave the coaches everything. My mind, my body, my soul, my heart. And this how y'all treat me, bro? And I said it in the interview before, I never once wanted to leave. Y'all pushed me out because y'all didn't believe in me. You know what I'm saying? Because like, it was like, he's not healthy yet? No, get rid of him. I'm like, okay, cool. So now I'm going to another situation where it's like, I get coached by arguably the best coach ever.
Desperately needing a QB after the departure of Tom Brady, the New England Patriots gave Cam Newton a call. Newton's skill set just wasn't the same. He was extremely inconsistent, throwing for 400 one week and 68 the next week. He finished the 2020 season with more picks than touchdowns, experiencing a career low in passing yards. After the Pats drafted Mac Jones in the 2021 draft, Cam Newton was an afterthought. Cam Newton is the all-time QB touchdown leader at 70 end zone trips. Let's not forget how he saved the Panthers franchise and took them to the playoffs, because they haven't been since. Thanks for watching Depth Chart Culture, and please stay tuned for the next segment. I just wanted to give Cam Newton his flowers while he was here.